What's going on? What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're getting our Plymouth Duster further away from starting up. Let's go. Alright, ladies and gents, so I haven't posted in like over a month, but the last video I did post was the Terminator X that we got for the big block. So we need to go ahead and get the distributor out, the carburetor, the entire fuel system, the intake, get some of these wires out of here because we got more stuff coming in. Plus I sewed the intake, the carburetor, I sewed all that stuff. So we gotta take it off, take it back home Tennessee with us when we go for Thanksgiving. So let's get started. Alright, so we got our distributor out, and if you can't tell, this car just sits outside, right? So that's why our brand new intake, it's kind of crummy. This carburetor is brand new. Like, when a car just sits outside like this, it just gets worse for the wear. So instead of going ahead and throwing our new dual sync distributor in it, we're just going to kind of give it a little while. It's not going to be running for a while. So what we're going to do is just kind of clean off this area first and foremost, so nothing falls down into the motor. And once that happens, then we can just stuff this bad boy. Right, but we don't want to stuff it to where this will fall into the you know what, I got towels just for this. So on second thought, you got a towel, you know, once you take your wife's good towels and you get them outside in the garage, and then, you know, they get stuff on them, then they become garage towels. You know what, so she gets a little bit mad, it'd be all right. So look that bad boy up, and so that we don't forget our hold down, I'm just gonna go ahead and throw it back in there. Just get the bolt started so we don't lose it, and bam. Alright guys, sorry about the noise. The wife decided she was going to clean out the truck, so got the intake, the carburetor off. All we had to do is just the fuel lines, throttle cable, and then the 8 bolts. So clean all this up, make sure nothing fell into the actual intake ports, and I just stuffed each one of them with a red rag because, like I said, this thing's gonna be sitting outside for a while. So now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna run some tape over it, kind of hold the rags in, and hopefully nothing else falls in there. Yo, your boy here, straight up not smart. I don't know what world I'm living in, but yeah, yes, I get it's half-inch tape, but it's not going to stick to the oil covered stuff. Hey Ashley. So we're off to find tape. I don't know if I got any duct tape. Alright, so we had just enough duct tape. Just for the record, I hate this camo pattern. I think it's the worst camo ever. It doesn't blend in anything. So what we're going to do next, we're going to tarp it and basically winterizing it. Don't really need to. It's, you know, it's like November 20 something, and, you know, I'm in shorts and a short sleeve, but I don't think it's going to be running for a while. We kind of need to, we're still buying parts for it. This is super expensive though, but we need to put some love into the Mustang. If you go back, you'll see our Mustang daily driver. You know, it's a little worse for the wear, so we need to focus on it for a little bit. So we're going to tarp it. Luckily, I don't have water in it. If you did have water, I'd drain the block, but we don't have to. So actually, before I tarp it, I'm gonna go ahead and drain the fuel out of it. All right, since the fuel pump's got to come off, it's got like a couple of gallons worth of gas in it. I don't feel like getting gas all over me, so just fuel lines into the thing, and Miss Ashley's going to go ahead and hit the fuel pump. Hit it. fuel pump. And it is off to the races. I know it's got more gas than that. You heard that different tone from the fuel pump. Now, it's sporadic. No, you're fine. I mean, turned off. Or hold on. Turn it back on. That doesn't sound like the fuel pump at all. Nope, it's dry. That's just the fan running. Because it's tied into the same. You know what? Don't worry about it. It's tied into the same switch. Alright, kill it. Alright, so now we're getting rid of this fuel pump. Obviously, we're going to something a little bit better. We got that A1000. We're gonna need probably another one when it's boosted, but the A1000, you know, for it's a pretty mild built 440 on the 85. It'll work. So let's go ahead and get this bad boy out of here. All right, so we tried. Still had a whole bunch of fuel in the cell. I think the little guy's just tired, but I'll give it back to my pops. He rebuilds them. You know, it's just a Holley blue pump. It's like a $200 pump or like $150 or something like that. Got gas in my eye. You know, it's kind of dry now, but gas in my armpit, that sucks. So let's just let's unhook it and get it ready. All right, so we got the fuel pump out, and kind of glad, really. This gives me a better chance. I kind of threw wiring together to make it work. Like, they threw grommets or whatever, but it just doesn't look the greatest. So, and I can't really believe I did that. I just went, like, I guess there was a hole already through that strap, because I think that used to be a mounting point, and just took a wire through it because I'm not very smart. So we'll clean up this wiring and get that wrench out of there, and we can kind of clean off the surface rust too. Get this little flap wheel. I got a whole bunch of like undercoating paint and fucking pour 15, excuse my language. So we'll get to rewire it. You know, I'm not in a big rush to get this car going. We'll find somewhere clean to put the wiring through, you know, proper grommets, put it in harness, all that good stuff. So next we got to figure out why our diff is leaking. A few videos back we changed the pinion seal. It kind of looks like the cover's leaking. I got a brand new cover and I got tons of RTV, so we might just try to put the new cover on, see if that quits our, you know, stops our leak. We still got that one hairline crack in this bracket, or that ladder bar bracket right there. So we'll fix that. You know, we're kind of shooting for this car to be running, you know, early spring. It's build season, so yeah, might just wait till there's, I think next time it runs it's going to be turboed anyway. So I think we got to pull the motor back out, verify our ring gap is somewhere between 30 to 34 thousandths. It's not, you know, it's an NA motor. It's built for that, so I think there's somewhere right around 19 to 22 thousandths is what the ring gap is. So we got to open that up, and then yeah, go over all the brakes. You know, while we're sitting here waiting to shell out the $300 for the axles, and then we can put our spool in. That's all we're waiting on. Right now it's got those real coarse, I think they're like 23 spline. Apparently that was like the go-to for the Danas back in the day. So It's got the 23 spline axles. I got the 35 spline spool. We'll keep the 410s in there because we race 8th mile around here. So keep the 410s in it. Especially right now it's on a 315/60, which is like a 30.5 tall by like it's a little bit over 11.8 inches wide. But we are going to put it on 28s to get down. So lots to do, you know, but we're going to kind of hold off on this, not put it on the back burner, but we do need to work on our Mustang. So actually I think I'm going to try to rob the fittings off that old fuel pump to see if they'll fit in that A1000. Alright guys, so we got everything ready where we're taking it to Tennessee. This is what I think this is all we're taking. Got a power glide shifter, got a 435 inch cylinder honer, that old ready fuel pump. Those fittings have been on there so long I literally can't get them off unless I bolt it back up to something. I'm not messing with it. Fittings are like 10 bucks, so it's not worth 10 bucks of my time. We'll get new fittings. We got our MSD distributor, intake, carb spacer, carb, air cleaner, little shitty one, and we have a motor plate. So getting rid of all this stuff, and all this stuff basically is going for in exchange for the EFI intake and the fuel rails. So I got $300 in the carburetor, and then the intake and distributor came with the motor. So the EFI intake is, you know, it's about $330, and then $150 for the fuel rails. So, you know, we're doing okay. For the for the injectors, Amazon's got some Bosch 210 injectors for a Honda for like 89 bucks a piece. Not a piece, but for a set of 4. We'll try them out. It'll work good on the E85 turbo deal. And then we'll probably just get like a $150 Holley elbow, and then like a $150 102mm sniper throttle body. And then what we need after that will be map sensor, throttle position sensor, and idle air control valve if we want it, which I probably will. Why not? You know, I think they're like 40 bucks. Make it a little bit easier for me to tune. I've never tuned anything a day in my life, so the more help I get, you know, the better. Hopefully you'll be along right here with me, trying to figure out how to tune on the Holley EFI. And yeah, I appreciate you guys for watching. I know it's kind of a boring video, but we're deconstructing our car a little bit to try to make it a little bit better. So stay tuned, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.